like giving predatory loans to students is bad. And then, so I think and I'm not like an expert on these things, but the key element that I understand that makes these brutal is if you are a student and you take out a loan, right, and the interest rate is like 8% or 6%, right now it's 6.5, I think. So you get a 6.5% if you're an undergrad. And so if you get a $100,000 loan, you're paying $6,500 every year in interest, right? But then if you don't pay that, that interest that you didn't pay gets added to the total amount you owe. And now the interest is recalculated based on that new amount, right? So for every year that you don't pay off the interest, which might be a lot of money, the amount that you owe is growing, right? And this is why you hear those horror stories of people who are paying their debt, but it never actually goes down because it keeps compounding. So that, in theory, could be okay if the people taking out these loans were consistently being compensated well. And immediately out of college, they can actually start paying these things off. The stat I saw right now, 40% of college grads in the US right now are underemployed. And what that means is they make less money than they should with their degree. So if they get a degree and it's, the expectation is with this, economics degree, you should have this amount of earnings. 40% of college grads are making less than that. And maybe it's some entry-level job or it's a job that doesn't require a college degree or whatever.
But they still have the massive student loan.
But they still have a loan that is set up with a structure that assumes you are paying off the interest immediately, because if you wait to pay it off, it keeps growing and you are just fucked long-term, right? And so this thing just makes, to me, it makes no sense in general for students, but also in particularly in a world that we now live in where a college education doesn't guarantee you some awesome job.